Look, I feel like Ponyo's father. Come, children, rise. Rise from the depths. He is trying to eat the cat food from my hand. Stop. Fish food. It's not cat food. He's already got me tricked. Nay, when you got a leech, get it some bleach. It looked like it had a little head. It does not move like a mosquito larvae, though. Oh no, they're climbing up the side. Get over here. Welcome to another episode of Brenton's Fish. All right, just gonna give y'all an update on what's going on in the fish room. Show you how hungry the little beasties are. Bomber, he demands sustenance. Got the white clouds and the barbs doing well. I'm making a barb egg tank. There's some ready to explode in here with eggs. You've got the one male, he's having a great time. It occurred to me I could have wiped off some of the glass on the tanks. Gosh, I just never seem to get around to that. Dalmatian platies, they came to me crooked and bent, and I think my highest risk one is right here. I've looked at these guys very closely. Oh, we've got a visitor. Yeah. 21 years old. And ready to act senile. So the Dalmatian platies came in wobbling pretty good. I bought them from Petco as a meme. I knew they'd come in sick. They didn't disappoint. There's only one female and 5 males. Here's the, got one layer of marbles. I thought I had enough. I'm wondering if I can get away with the cherry barbs laying eggs with just one layer. The filter will squeeze them all together, but I need to get a different layer. Try to get color coordinated. Got our freshwater seaweed. The German name that just means freshwater seaweed. I'm just wondering if we could just call it that. Subwassertang. Instead of making me speak German, let's just use the English translation, freshwater seaweed. Start a riot on that. They're like, what are you doing? It was discovered in Germany. All right, blue star's doing well. There's like one lone blue jelly shrimp in here. Gotta reset this tank. I was thinking mystery snails. These guys not doing so hot. Now, being on the bottom floor puts you at a disadvantage in my fish room for sure. You know, they're getting better. They weren't doing too hot 3 days ago. Water change, medication, medicated food. They're looking a lot better. Stack, eat them up. This tank is looking better than it did before. It's getting there. The key lime endlers have been moved. There's just fry in here now. This will be a food culture tank. Food culture tank. Oh, you're just gonna talk through this whole thing, aren't you? Very well, very well. Got the swordtails. We've got the swordtails, not a swordtail in sight. Sure, there's a male in here. These came from Petco as well. One perished, copper, and Prazapro, Prazaquantal. We're using generic name, but specifically copper safe and Prazapro. There's a lot of ways to go about this. I like that this is chelated copper. It means, I guess, something about being integrated with the water. I am not a chemist. I'm a fish man. My grandpa was a fish man. My daddy was a fish man. My kid gonna be a fish man. So these are the two I used. And it was the perfect thing when they came in. They healed right up. I think I really gave him the best chance. When I hit the nail right on the head first try, it's like a home run. He eats this. It's cool that they put garlic in it. It's not cool the cat goes after it. Not to be confused with these koi swordtails. That one's looking Raggedy Ann. There's some age on them. He is trying to eat the cat food from my hand. Stop. Fish food. It's not cat food. He's already got me tricked. Nay. So I've got fertilizer tabs. I put a bunch of plants in. And a lot of them die off. The pink flamingo I need to take out of there, try somewhere else. Different light, different substrate. The same plant looks a lot better in this one. So strange. All right, and there's a little calico molly in there. Beta. These are 2.5 gallons, so I need to get those betas moving. Yellow half black ain't bad. I need some males. I'll put them in the planted. Quickly turning into a scud tank. Way too brave. The heater went out, so I've got a heater. I replaced the air pumps, had like 6 of them up here. The Tetra ones, absolute, I don't know, very cheaply made. Isn't that cute? Is that a mosquito larvae or a leech? I know what to do with larvae. Oh gosh, Osiris, you're in my seat, I'm sorry. There you go, little boy. Yeah. Is it a leech? That is a leech. I'm sorry, don't eat that. Don't eat that. What? Leech alert. When you got a leech, get it some bleach. It looked like it had a little head. It does not move like a mosquito larvae though. That's a black snail leech. Red alert. Red alert. Okay. All right, very excited. Need to calm down. Osiris is excited. Oh, I just pinched myself twice with this. What? That is a hazard. That'll get you. All right, where's your cousin? Oh my gosh, look, they're coming off the lid to like touch me. All right, that fell in. Don't eat that, guys. Here at Brenton Spa, you can try our patented leech bath. What if I dropped a leech on myself? I see a lot less leeches, which means I think some drop down. All right, there we go. So real unpleasant coming up with these buggers. You know, I feel like these started when I started keeping fish outside. And I think they get transported on snails. And I think they die out. They really can't, they can harm fish, but I don't think they can really get a hold of them regularly. Could be wrong. Could be dead wrong. Yeah, that was Groats McTotes. Coming at me full force, there's another. He's gonna catch the heat. Ain't that right, Osiris? Catch the heat. Oh, it's really little. Oh yeah, baby. Oh no, they're climbing up the side. Get down there. Get down there. Get over here. Nastiest creature in my fish room by far. Dragonfly nymph, probably a close second. And I assume that's here, somewhere. Hiding, waiting. All right, where was I? Oh yes, hungry? Hungry. I know, Osiris. You want a bite. A little hybrid guppies. Blackbirds. A little Endler mix. There we go, guys. Eat up. She's looking funky, but she was looking a lot sicker a few days ago. So that's what I needed. Hit that nail on the head too. 4 tanks were acting up. It looked like ick. I treated for ick. Usually it goes away immediately. It didn't after 3 days. So I went to antibiotics. Pulled these guys out of the pond, way too cold for them. It got 55 degrees. They're guppies. In the middle of October, it hasn't been 55 degrees since. So pulled a real oopsie. Lost a good portion of them. A lot of them came in wobbling, and they are also getting the antibiotic food treatment. I talked about the key limes. Oh man, Osiris, you okay? They came out of this tank, you know, just gravel, fake plants, because the scuds ate everything. So the scuds fall. So I moved them in here, and they, like, their mannerisms, they just look happy. They just look happy. You're gonna see these males strut at like 3 or 4 at a time. They'll do their dance. We're a little short on females, but I'm keeping it 73 degrees. It's a little colder. I wanted to do an experiment. This is a father's fish style. Oh, I thought that was sick movement. That was just males chasing a female. It's a little male heavy in here. I'm hoping some of those fries are female, so at least the other colony might have a little bit more balance, and the children of this colony might meet the children of that colony. So we got a weak fry laying down there. But anyways, they act so much more vibrant and happy, and I can't explain it. I can just feel it. While these were perfectly healthy, I do have some that got you know, some of the wobbles. There's a female here I need to pluck out of here, and she's got a sunken in belly, and maybe it's the leeches stressing them out. Regardless, the promise being having pond gunk in here, having a full food web, your fish won't be sick, ever. Or at least not as often. The shrimp in here, we've got 1 white shrimp. We've got the 2 cherry reds in here. They're right there, 1, 2. The yellows have multiplied, and then the greens have multiplied, not as much as the cherry Rileys over here, which I assume were a more difficult one to breed. Now an ugly one got in here, and so I've been spending a lot of days picking out the uglies. If you don't got a little baby net, you're missing out. There's each net sings a song with a shape and a size, and this one's just really easy to cull shrimp. I grab them, I put them down here, but you can see everyone that's been born here. I only started with 10 shrimp on each. They're covering the duckweed here, and you don't see that with these. They sat a month with these plants, and we're months and months later. I think 5 months later. I believe that the shrimp probably would have done better in a substrate without fertilizer, without dirt. I made it very rich over here. As I walk back and forth, follow me. And at a glance, the shrimp are huge. This yellow one, there's like all of my older yellow ones got that big. I feel like they're growing much bigger in the dirt tanks. They're almost the size of the shrimp you can eat from bubble gum. But I don't see the numbers. I don't see the numbers. I see a lot of seed shrimp. So whoever gets put in this is gonna have a blast. I think that we're gonna put the Daisy's rice fish I think they're nice and cleaned up. We're gonna put them right here. This is 74 degrees, 74, 70, 70. We're gonna alternate between endlers and a different Livebearer, so if someone jumps the coop right now, I haven't taken the time to make sliding glass, but until I do, I don't want anyone interbreeding, creating their own hybrid. Although that could be cool. You just end up having to buy another set from someone if you goof it real big, if you want a pure strain. This is what I'm talking about, what I've seen. It looks like ick, but it's a little more translucent and cloudy. This is my very old French star. This is what the breeder gave me. They gave me a crooked back female, and I've mentioned this before. And this whole colony is hers. These are all my children. But you can see the white spots, and I popped it with ICX 3 times. The full treatment 7 days, but when you do it right, I feel like the ick is instantly gone, and it's not. She's looking a little better though. Epistylus, I don't even want to try to pronounce it. I read it, didn't tell Google to tell me to pronounce it before. I hadn't run into this yet, and I knew that there was a disease that acted like ick, looked like ick. There's a few key components you can look at. It has the most variety though, because it can be kind of tight clumps and translucent. It'll pop up on the eyes, makes it worse. Epistylus, epi-poo-poo. All right, it's a lot cleaner. Well, no, cleaner's not the word. It's a lot more straightened up. It's a little more straightened up in this room. It's getting closer to my final vision. I'm trying not to use the floor as a shelf anymore. Sometimes when you just get new things, there's a tank cell, there's nothing you can do about it. It definitely turns into a warehouse. Just miscellaneous fish stuff. Here's boxes I got that I want to keep because they seem really sturdy for shipping fish, large amounts of fish. I ship fish all the time, and my average order right now is $33. So, usually everything comes in a little box like this. Sometimes if it's a food culture, I could get away with a little box like this, even smaller. Send it across the country, across many zones for the same price. Still need to fill up the empty tanks. I find myself changing my mind daily. Wanted to put a monstera up here and come down and feed into these tanks. I've gone back and forth whether I want to do glass bottom or dirt bottom. I appreciate the dirt bottoms a lot. The real set it and forget it. It's extremely rich. It's like a Ferrari fish tank. You, I think, can make things sick in here by not being patient enough. And I would say I like these things to sit maybe 5 months. This may be overkill, but like I put a little plant sample, $15 plant in there, and it's not even going to take, I mean, for instance, this was just a few strands. You got to wait for it to grow out. And I want to say that it needs to take 2/3 of the tank. Maybe you have those plants off to the side already. It's the main reason why I keep those outdoor tubs. But like for these specifically, there's probably shrimp, little shrimplets in here, and you don't want to cross the colors, or you want to be careful or discern that. So see this little guy, it came with 3 and I put them in each tank. This is the only one that survived. The Vallisneria is doing the best here. It was awesome. And then so we have this little shoot right here. I actually grabbed out of this tank these inert substrate ones. I usually hit with Corey's Easy Green, but I want to get away from fertilizers altogether. And I'm thinking if I do shrimp tanks, I can put moss in there and I can just ship out the shrimp fine. And I probably don't need to put fertilizer, maybe a very little fertilizer for the shrimp tanks. And then everything else, depending on how these fish do, everyone else is going to be in a dirt tank. The pothos is an emergency. Didn't mean to leave that there. One of the favorite equalizers. Boom, boom. Really just try to hit anything with the plant in it. Oh, just a little half squeeze. 4th squeeze on that one. These are the standard Petco lids, and they usually have the little rubber seal on here, and then it rots off depending on where you let the bubbles fall. If you're very careful with your bubbles, it'll last you a long time. But when it rots off, I feel like this is like expert mode though. It becomes a lot more flexible. Dangerous, yes, but I don't know, is it like taking the muffler off your car? Very loud, lots of customizability though, and getting it right out of the way. So one of these shelves with a really low top, you can only go that far. When this rots off, you can just like slide it all the way back. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, there's a better. is coming off. You can just, boop. I need to slip the whole thing off though. It just looks better if you take all the plastic off. The aphids have been little hellions. I'm not sure if you could get a shot of those. I've been grabbing clumps of them and trying to feed them to my betas. And my betas don't like them. What in the world? My Livebearers will eat them, but not the betas. Imagine that. So enter the pingus. Now, I definitely glance outside for a second, but these pingus, not all carnivores are created equal. The pingus like it the driest for the longest. Even though everything is a soggy bottom plant, I'd say the pingus like to dry out for a few days. They like low light. They like it at 70, 80 degrees, so you might as well just keep them inside. These guys can do high heat and get sun blasted. They like to dry out in third place, I would say for a full day or two, but they still like it wet. Then we get to the Venus flytraps, and you know, they want to dry out for about 1 day, one good day. So do the pitcher plants. They can dry out for a day. They're a little more fragile to the dry out, and they like it really soggy. So I'd say first place, the soggiest plant you can get in the carnivore world is the pitcher plants. I guess second only to the bladderwort that actually sits in the water. So, but anyways, these guys are fairly new. They're getting adjusted, but soon they will have the little dew. And I'm hoping the aphids will find themselves on these pingus, or butterworts, whatever you like to call them. And of course you got a sundew, same thing, new. Has the dew though, it's ready. Hasn't caught Papa anything yet. These two patrolling the tops, these two the bottoms. This was so awesome, it came with the flower. As it readjusts, the little flower dies. They shoot the flower up. They live in a world of contradiction where they want someone to come and get the pollen so this plant can reproduce, but it also catches those pollinators. So it shoots that flower up as a different offering than the bugs that usually drop down on the leaves. Could really get into like plant plans and what I want to do, talk about that for hours. So just move on to more plants. So I've got the fish tank in the middle here. I also was thinking about putting a cricket tank here because I like the chirp of crickets. And then also that could be a food source for your fish. I'm not sure if that's the wisest one to go to next, thinking about it, but they require a high humidity, a little bit higher temp. And luckily, that's exactly what this closet is. 91 humidity? That is crazy. Is it 91 right now? No, it can't be, because what in the world? So yeah, we've got good humidity. Plants going on. I wanted to do a musculata fish tank, but I'm thinking, I believe those are toxic. I'll have to double check again. Spider plants aren't though. Oh yeah, and the tank is for green water. So to start the food cultures, we got to start at base 1, phytoplankton. And wouldn't you know it, it's all around the air. And all we need to do is add some light. And I wanted just year-round green water. I have a tank outside. I'm not sure how effective it is in the winter. Got it off to the side so it's not getting full blasted by the sun, but regardless. So that's the grow closet, turning into a little salamander room. I want to see if I can put the monstera in here and have it climb and twirl all around. I want like 4 more of these to light up the wall. They might be getting too much light, but there you have it. As far as cool plants, it's my little rainforest pitcher plant carnivore. I think the pH is off, so it's not making pitchers. There's one coming in. You have to feed it very specific nutrients, and I think it's like 0,4,14 or something like that. Yeah, like wants 0 nitrogen, but like something else. I don't know. It's another plant that does 70 degrees, so I have to kind of keep it inside like a princess. One of the things I've noticed is the bogweed isn't doing too hot right here. And this is a shade issue. These poor little deers. They like highlight, and I found they'll even do it to it right under the light of like your basic gravel fish tank with no nutrients, just a light and some fish poop. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna carry those outside too, because you know, the sun's gonna kill the duckweed. The weather kills the duckweed down here. I guess we're close enough to the equator. Here's the backyard in all of its glory. It's a little bit more straightened up than last time. A little bit. Carnivores outside, doing well. Love that alien one, such a freak. Learned to put them in 2 different trays. They like different rates of drying out. The corner of this came off, but these need more light. So I like kind of leaving it down temporarily. Here's my green water tank in the brush. And then about these silver tubs. In Florida, don't get them. I think the reflection is too strong. It decimates everything. But this bogweed I saw wasn't doing too bad in here. Got this natural plant that crept in there. You can see it right there. I'm gonna put this bogweed in here, see what it does. There's a diving beetle in here. I don't want it to bite me. There we go. Yeah, buddy. I swear though, these guys are gonna just go instantly. It gets so fried out here. This was all crystal wart. Makes me sad. But it's all right. It's a good experiment. You can see what's going on right next to it. So even the black and the silver, keep that in mind when you're selecting tubs. I thought I was going country rustic. I went country burnt. See, it fares better in the direct shade, but like, why does that look like pure caca? See another bogweed? So I'm just gonna lean into the plants that work well under that pressure. This Amazon sword, half burnt, that beetle gets me, half burnt, but somehow survived. And these are full on father fish formula too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a complex multi-ingredient substrate. And yeah, that cold snap did a number. And if the cold snap didn't do a number, I've had serious problems with dragonflies out here, more than I've ever had. So that is something to catch my attention. Oh my gosh, do you see? It's like a wiggling worm. That is gross. So I'm just gonna put like huge fish in here that just eat everything. They'll eat that, they'll eat the dragonfly larvae, and their little head will pop out of the tank and they'll be like, feed me, Seymour. Rice fish fry, but you know, I don't think they appreciate the cold. That they're usually born in spring. And isn't that so weird? These get fried and somehow these are just chilling. So, but yeah, as long as a cobra doesn't come out, a moccasin. And wanted to put more plants out here, but I felt like maybe I should get a more solid plan for these buckets. Still in the thinking mode on kind of some of these. See, this monsteris, would that throw a root? That would be crazy. That'd be crazy if this threw out a root. It's not a monstera, it's a philodendron. Or that plant that's name has changed like 16 times in the last 10 years. All right. Yeah, if the mosquito fish are out here, they're sleeping and I can't even catch a glimpse of them. And then maybe just dragonfly larvae just ate them up. I don't know. It's a mystery, baby. Like I pulled the daisies out of here, pulled guppies out of here, and then everything else has been a ghost town. I have no idea what's been going on other than I'm just like helping the local dragonfly population. See, some kind of mesh net screen over there. It's gonna be great because once a dragonfly gets in there, it can take up to 2 years for them to develop. Depending on how much food they get, the weather, they can really slow down their development but still make it to the end. Ooh. You know, I'm torn. It really gives me the creeps. It'll probably eat aphids. It's also fall, so you've got these roaming males everywhere. The heck was that? See, you're not helping your case. Here, you go eat that thing that just tried to bite me. There you go, little buddy. Don't sting me. Don't look at me. Oh, look, he looks like he wants a drink of water after bathing. Nope, he's good. Okay, chill out. I guess that's it. All right, fish keepers. I believe that wraps it up. Wanted to create a new format, something a little more natural, something I have a workflow where I can get to talk to y'all quicker. I still want to do videos that might take a little bit longer to edit, but this is just really a trial run on a new workflow. Gosh, if you see videos of footage, it seems like it should be from months ago season-wise. It's because I have tons of footage and it all gets backlogged somehow. It's my fault. I get lost in the sauce on editing. Until next time, fish keepers. Until next time. Well, he shouldn't be in there. What the heck?